It's got a stellar cast.
Yes. Yeah, a huge budget and one of the most respected directors in the world.
Yeah, Ridley Scott's Prometheus finally comes to the big screen this Friday. Already one of the most anticipated films of the year, and I spoke to one of the stars of the film, Michael Fassbender.
How far would you go to get your answers?
What would you be willing to do?
Prometheus, are you seeing this?
What the hell? They were right.
If you don't stop it, it won't be your home to go back to.
Tell me about Prometheus and your character, David.
Well, Prometheus is the name of the ship, basically, that the crew are on. They go out to this solar system to find out exactly answers, if they can. Possibly, are there creators out there, and why we exist, basically. And David is just basically the butler on board the ship.
And it's a film in its own right, but also
Yeah.
a prequel to the Aliens saga.
It's basically sort of the DNA of Alien. I mean, you wouldn't really need to see any of the other films, although you should, because they're good films. But you know, you don't need to figure out what's going on in the story.
Are you a sci-fi geek?
No.
Not at all.
No, not really. I liked Star Wars, I suppose, which is pretty sci-fi. But I've never really sort of, you know, been somebody who collected comic books or any of that sort of thing, other than Star Wars, really, which I did collect. Lots of things. Ewok Village, I still have. The AT-AT and the Millennium Falcon.
You have to have that.
Yeah.
Every boy's got to have that.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot in your, you know, if you read up on you, of working in bars along the way, like many actors do. Was there a moment when you got a call or something when you thought, I'm never going to have to pull a pint again, my life has now changed?
Not really. I mean, in the back of your head, you know, I sort of did bar work, and then I got an opportunity, and then I thought I wouldn't have to do it again, and then I did do it again. So I never want to say an absolute to anything, I don't think, you know. But there was a time when I was like, okay, I'm making a living out of this now. I don't have to keep returning to the bar.
Hollywood loves you. Is that fun? Is that weird? Is that overwhelming?
It's nice to have a pat on the back, for sure. So you know, absolutely, it's all amazing. I just sort of have to keep looking forward, I think. But yes, absolutely, I've had an amazing sort of last couple of years. You know.
Do you get starstruck when you see people?
Absolutely, yeah.
Who was made you feel most starstruck?
Most recently, Tom Waits. Yeah, yeah.
Did you speak to him?
I daren't. And he was sort of giving off the energy that he didn't want me to, because I think he could sense it. You know, you can sense the energy when someone's going, and they're sort of trying to sort of get up close to you, and he was just like... So I thought it was enough to be sort of in his presence. You've
done a lot of sauciness, a lot of nakedness. Does that change? Have you had friends tease you about that, or have you had people that you don't know react differently to you, or would you just think, it's acting?
I don't, you know, it's really only kind of one film that I got naked in, I think. Oh, no, maybe two.
I've seen a couple of them. So.
Yeah. Well, okay, you know, yeah, it doesn't, you know, obviously it is what it is, you know. I do tend to sort of forget about things pretty quickly when I've done them in terms of the sort of job. At the time, you get, you know, you're a bit sort of, you know, you get self-conscious, of course. And of course, you know, people sort of, you know, will sort of highlight it as you're doing yourself. And so, you know, that sounds like...
no, it's good.
It sounds like the lady doth protest too much. I wouldn't be so forthcoming with any...
We're not complaining, Michael. It's okay.
Yeah.
Seems a nice guy.
Lovely guy, yes. We don't forget. He might forget his nakedness, but we don't forget, do we?